The third switch filter setting is the maximum press time. It's sometimes a problem that users can't remove their hand from a switch quickly enough to prevent multiple selections or scanning operations. This particular setting allows a one-shot switch closure, irrespective of how long it is pressed for. It's useful where the user has slow, laboured movements or little forearm strength, since they can lean on the switch without the computer seeing it as being pressed for long periods. Once again, to set it up, I must first go through the switch acceptance delay and ignore after release menus, and then I'll get to the maximum press time menu. And to do that, I'm going to press and hold the channel button as before until the display comes on. Now that is the switch acceptance delay, which is set to 0. Next I go to the ignore after release menu, which is also set to 0. And then the third press takes me to the setting that I'm looking for, which is the maximum press time menu. It's currently set to P, which means that the feature is off. But if I press the mode switch, I enable the feature and select the one-shot period to be either 0.1, 0.2 or 0.5 seconds. I'm actually going to set it to 0.1, which is usually enough. Now I need to come out of that menu by pressing the channel button again once. The screen goes blank and I'm able to use the unit. The simplest way to demonstrate this is with a word processing package such as Microsoft Word. And notice that I've changed the mode setting of the switch so that it will give me a typed character, actually the character 2, each time it's pressed, so that you can see it more easily. If this feature were turned off, then I'd expect that if I leaned on the switch, I would get a steady stream of characters. But with it turned on, I'll get just one, irrespective of how long I press the switch for. So if I press it, I get one character and no more. Notice that I'm still pressing it. If I release it, press it again, I get another one, but again I don't get a steady stream. This feature is particularly useful when scanning, as it prevents users scanning on too far. One important thing to note is that any of the switch filter settings can be used simultaneously with any other. Let's suppose that I have a user who has little forearm strength and a tremor. To provide the best experience, I need to set both the maximum press time and an ignore after release period. So I'll give you a demonstration of that. First of all, I'll go into the switch filtering menus. I don't need a switch acceptance delay, so I'll scan through that. But I do need a ignore after release period. I'm going to set that to F, which is 1.5 seconds. Then in the next menu, I'm going to set the maximum press time to R, which is 0.1 seconds, just as before. And come out of the menus. Now if I press and hold the switch, I'll get just one character, or perhaps one scan on a piece of switch adapted software, no matter how long I hold it for. But because I've added in the ignore after release period, if when I release the switch there's an element of tremor, that will be completely ignored. So I'll do that now. I'll release it with multiple presses. You notice that I didn't get any extra characters. Just do that again. There's the first character, and I press and hold and I don't get any more. And equally, when I release, I still don't get any more.